Hey, what's up? It's your boy BobbySapphire coming at you from the Hyperloops.com, YouTube.com/the Hyperloops with another Star Wars Legion video. What is going on, Legion? I'm doing my second game breakdown from ACO. This is actually my round one matchup. This is actually my loss, and I'm hoping that maybe people can have some insight for me because I am struggling with what I could have done against this opponent on this map. I've got this sort of side bird's eye view going on the screen right now, just to show you what this Scarif map looks like. It's a dope map, but it is really open for me. You can see my list there. List I've been running if you've been following any of my content. This open side, the beach side that I was on, just had nothing for the Wookiees to take advantage of, and it was just wide open against a list that was Luke Skywalker, a T-47, 4 Rebel troopers with heavies, a fleet trooper naked, a Rebel trooper naked. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think he had one more unit on there. I'm not 100%. Maybe it was 5. No, it couldn't have been 5 because you can only have 6 core. I'm not really sure what the other one was, to be honest. It doesn't matter. The point is simply that it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. So let me put paint up here. Oh, let me get my picture back up here. There we go. So we played battle lines on this top-down map, and I learned a really, really important lesson here. And this is like I wasn't even sure I was going to do content from ACO, but this game and this map made me want to. This is an important lesson about checking your map. So just to go over the bans real quick, I think it was, I can't remember what objective was first, but it was something that my opponent banned first, followed by hostage exchange and intercept. And then the deployments were disarray, advanced positions, major offensive. So he bans the first objective. I felt like it was key positions, but I don't know why he would ban that. And I banned disarray because disarray against the T-47 is really, really tough. Even though it's really good for R2 and my Wookiees, it would have, I think like this is my big mistake, is I was like, oh, T-47 disarray, don't do it. Very bad. But by doing disarray, it would have given me like the building on either side of this and not push me just to here, because the options for major offensive and advanced positions both stick me on the open side. They don't give me any access to the heavy side. I'll move my picture there, so there's like some area terrain there. Actually, I might as well like shove myself over here now. And that was a big mistake. Another thing that I didn't realize at the time, but after this round I realized, is that in every single table at ACO, just about, had an object here and had an object here, just in the middle of the board on the edge, which were exactly range 6 in. Complete and like just usually blocking advanced positions. But if we go back to that side view angle, you can see that like I can't point to it because it's on a different app, but if you look at that bunker that I'm highlighting in the middle, he can go around the back of that, my opponent, and I can't. So there were these little placards with rules for the terrain on the tables, and they said that the crashed U-wing was unpassable. I didn't know until after the match when I complained to Nick about this, but he had built this with a path here. But there was no way for me to really know that if I just read the card. Maybe if I looked at it and saw it. But by being on advanced positions and the way I built, this was completely blocked off. And I play a list that it wants to flank. And, you know, his intercept was here. Obviously, there was an intercept here and then an intercept here. And because this was completely blocked off to me, like I either had to go around it and in range of all his heavies, or I could have like just used Sabine and Clan Ren to jump over it, or just completely abandon that side. But he left this so unattended. He put a naked fleet, he put a naked rebel, and then he put his 47 over here. He had all his RTs with heavies up here. I think he had a RO is his other unit. Yeah, he had a rebel officer with vigilance, for sure, because he did take cover vigilance on Luke. And then he had Luke up here, and he moved them up a little, but basically just pressured the middle. And I was at a real loss. I end up, what I like to do is like stick some rebel troopers, like maybe one here, maybe one here, maybe one here to like use as bait. I put Sabine, I put R2 here, which like with Luke and all the other troopers here, like I couldn't put R2 that way. So my only hope was to like get him over here. And looking at this, looking at this tunnel now. Oh wait, that's not. It should be erasing. Looking at this little tunnel here, like seeing it now, I'm like, oh, obviously. But when I was actually on the table, like there was just no way for me to see when I was looking at the U-wings being unpassable. And, Nick never said anything, and I need to know better. Like this is just something like my first live tournament. Learn the terrain, look for things to look for. So unfortunately, it being my first live tournament, there were always going to be things like the minutia of the game that I was going to miss. But now I'll never not look for these pieces in the middle at range 6 because I like advanced positions, especially like with Mandos and Wookiees and stuff. Like I want that scout. And I'll never, I hope I notice things like this, these paths where you can walk through. So what I end up doing is I put my Wookiees like here and here so I can try and crash this building. I put Jin here and I like she is scout 2 because of recon intel and the deployment. So I move her up here and I just start picking off this way. And I put Sabine and Clan Ren up here. And I kind of move them up to this box to start pressuring. These boxes are pretty high, and then this middle piece is pretty high, so it allowed me to hide behind there. His T-47 comes around here, and I think it took out one of my Clan Ren models. But then Sabine and Clan Ren both just tanked shots from the T-47 until it got by me. And then like rounds 5 and 6, I think or maybe it was 4 and 5, just started wiping out Rebel Trooper units in the back. So I couldn't do my flank, which is what I really should have done, is if I had been able to start here and scout out to here and like hide behind here, or even just like wait for the T-47 to come in and unload on it. Wait for it to like fly by me, and then pressure this back box that was left mostly undefended and take both back, like, or both side positions and leave the middle. Is something that I would have liked to have tried to do. I ended up actually taking out all the Rebel Trooper units with heavies except for one. He ends up having one full unit, and everything else either like is completely dead or has just a leader. He leaves Luke just like in the middle of nowhere. And this is the other issue that this is what a Force user really does well against my list, is just be immune Pierce. Because the Wookiees have Pierce, Jin has Pierce. I brought them all around, and everything just bounced off Luke. Even when I was like successfully drawing off his dodges and the shots that wouldn't matter, the immune Pierce just, it only allowed me to get 4 damage on Luke, and I unloaded so many dice onto him. Until finally Luke comes up, Sons of Skywalkers takes out an entire Wookiee unit. He then comes back here and you serve your master well to use that one Rebel Trooper unit that was still heavy to unload on the middle position and take out Sabine, and that was sort of all she wrote. The Luke, normally with all the Pierce that I have, Luke isn't able to withstand. I mean, a unit isn't able to withstand all the attack I can throw at it. But consistently having dodges because of vigilance, having immune Pierce, and then just rolling really well meant that Luke lived, and I couldn't pressure anything else. And if I could have gotten past Luke, cleared out that last Rebel Trooper unit, I think I ended up killing the naked Rebel Trooper unit, so it would essentially just been a fleet unit and a T-47. then I think I have a shot even after losing Clan Ren and Sabine. Jin actually got into melee with Luke, hit him twice. She rolled 8 for 8 after aims and stuff. She rolled 8 out of 8 with her suppressive baton, and didn't get a single damage through. So that's the kind of life I was living this game. But yeah, I would love to hear what people think. Maybe I could have done knowing my list. I could throw my list back up there. Like, what I could have done to really take advantage of this pretty open map. Not take advantage of, but maybe not like be so screwed. Like, I think the disarray is probably the best because I can just load up one box and I can load up the one that's right here. Right? It's the opposite. Instead of bottom, we play bottom left, right? So I guess it would be, I would have had this one and this one. And just like being able to play with my Wookiees on this building, it's so huge to be able to jump here and like get across it. Like I've played on this piece of terrain before, and the Wookiees really take advantage of it well. So I think just disregarding disarray instead of actually looking at the map and thinking about it is what really, really hurt me. And I'm pretty sure disarray is bottom left, but even if it was this one instead, which I'm almost positive it isn't, that would be even better because then I'd have both buildings. But yeah, I don't know. I was really just thrown off by the fact that I couldn't flank this way, and there were no buildings for me to take advantage of, and there was nowhere to hide from the T-47. So that's ultimately why I lost the match. R2 was pinned down. I couldn't get him anywhere, and I think I just lost it on turn 0 by getting rid of disarray. Also possible that I should have hostage exchanged. I thought like Luke on hostage would be really bad. Also, all the heavies on hostage would be really bad. Hostage is a weird one for my list because I want to pull back with everything, but I also need to get R2 across to like break the tie. So really, really hard to do. So I went with intercept, a map that I'm like an objective that I'm a little more comfortable with. So, and then it was fortified position. So we did have like more barriers and stuff. But usually my list doesn't care about fortified because of Clan Ran, Sabine having jump, and the Wookiees ignoring area terrain or ignoring difficult terrain. So yeah, this is a really quick one, but the game was kind of a slaughter, and I lost. So I don't usually get a lot of comments or feedback, but for this one specifically, I would love comments and feedback just because I struggled so much, and I think there's more to learn from a loss than a win. So if you agree with my assessment that I need to do a better job paying attention to the terrain and also not disregard certain deployments just because there's a scary unit in there that's good on disarray, then yeah, let me know. And if you saw something else that I missed, please let me know. I would love to hear it. Other than that, thanks again. I'll see you a couple days for my last match, which was on a really cool table for Wookiees in a match against Iden and the Imperials. All right, stay classy.